morning, everybody. Hope you had an amazing holiday weekend, Easter weekend. Hope you spent it with your friends, your families, the people you love. I had a good weekend, and so I hope you did too. But welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Monday morning. It is the 6th, and let's see what's going on. Like outside, bright and clear in sunny Puerto Vallarta. It's 10 a.m. and things are good. Hopefully, y'all are logging in, waking up. I always realize, it's like I have coffee time now and all that, but I realize 10 a.m. Puerto Vallarta time might be like noon your time. So if you're having coffee too late with me, I apologize if it's keeping you up at night, but I do appreciate it. And with that, before we even get going, let's have a little coffee time. Yes, love that. So good morning, everybody. Say hi if you're on. Let's do it. So today is going to be a little bit more news heavy than events. Obviously, we had a ton of events last week with the holidays and everything going on. But we'll just go from there. So this weekend, I don't know what you did. I know what I did. So I had a really nice weekend. Good morning, Sly. Good to see you. So we did plan an Easter motorbike ride. Probably not the best idea. Good morning, Maureen. Yeah, it's noon here. I wonder how many people are having coffee at noon. Don't drink coffee too late. I'm sure, Maureen, you can take care of yourself. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Deborah. It's nice to just do the good mornings first. Let's get all those out of the way. I love that, and just keep on chatting. But yeah, so this weekend our plans were motorbike rides. We dusted off the motorcycles, got out there, but of course we got out there on Easter Sunday. So the traffic was murder. So we literally just stopped for coffee, had a really nice coffee with a couple friends of ours, spent 3 hours just chatting away and having a great time. And then just rode over to a local taco place and just didn't ride much just because the roads were just packed. Like there was no way to get anywhere, even on a motorcycle. So that was my Sunday. Morning, Chandra. How are you? Nice to see you. And then on what was that? Saturday. I think I mentioned I was going to go down there for kind of the soft opening of Whiskey Kitchen. It was amazing. Got to check out their new location at the joint. Gina's just a treasure as always. I will say the new location for me, I think is going to be an improvement, even though I love the old one. So go check it out if you have time. Whiskey Kitchen, thank you for all your hospitality this weekend. Great to see you. All right, let's jump into the news. That's why we're all here for Puerto Vallarta Real News. Here we go. Happy Monday, and let's go. So maybe you've heard about this already. I imagine you have if you live here, but it's this national strike. So it's beginning today. And so this is important if you're going on a trip anywhere on your motorcycle, your car, or you're in Mexico, because essentially transporters and producers are warning of road blockade. So what I did was I took the original sign, which obviously wasn't in English like this one is, and I translated it for you and recreated it so you can actually see what it says. But overall, if you're planning to hit the road today, you might want to think about those plans because Mexico is bracing for a massive, indefinite national strike starting this morning. And it started back at 7 a.m. and it looks like it's going to be a long day on the highways. Truckers and farmers are teaming up to stage mega blockades, is what it's translating into, across at least 20 states because they're frustrated for the lack of security on the roads and falling prices of crops like corn and wheat. And so they're just kind of fed up with the constant cargo thefts, the high cost of fuel, and they aren't planning to move until the government sits down to talk. So expect main arteries into Mexico City, the roads from Querétaro, Puebla, to be more like a parking lot than a highway, unfortunately. So for those of us here in Puerto Vallarta and Riviera Nayarit, this is definitely something just to keep an eye on. While the beach might feel far away from the chaos, the main highways connecting us to Guadalajara and the rest of the country are likely to get caught up in the mess. So if you were planning a road trip or expecting a delivery, you might have a delay. And since this strike is indefinite, there really is just no telling how long these roadblocks are going to be up. So keep your gas tank full, keep an eye on Puerto Vallarta Real News, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on as I know it. And actually, there is an update coming in right now. So hang tight and let me cover the next story and then come back to that. So That one is interesting to keep an eye on for sure. Hey, good morning, Shannon. Great to see you again back here. Love my returning visitors. If you're new and this is your first time, say hi. It's just part of what we do here. So just say hi and we'll say hi back. All right. Once again, if you ever find yourself missing out on this show and you're not getting an alert that I'm going live, just hit the follow button on my profile. If you're a YouTube person, just scan that code if you're available. If it's available, you got a phone pointing at your computer. And if you ever need to reach me and you got a story idea, pvrnmx.gmail.com. All right, that's the blocking and tackling. All right, moving on into the next story. So, oh, what else? What else? So, beaches. So, there was a report that came out last night about some of the beaches not being, so great to get into right now. So, let's talk about that for a minute. So if you were hoping to cool off on Sunday and with the big groups that are out there at the beaches, you might have found your plans, cut off just a little bit because a lot of the Puerto Vallarta's most popular beaches were under strict red and purple flags throughout the day. The red flags were due to some seriously dangerous surf and some strong undercurrents. Never great during the holiday weekends. We've had, deaths from these, deaths in the past. So really, when you see those purple and red flags, really swimming is a no-go. Let's just keep an eye on this stuff. Now, the purple flag warned heartwarming life. Now, that was jellyfish that were spotted near the shores. So, like Playa de Holy, Playa de Oro, Conchas Chinas were the most affected ones. And they just kept people on the sand rather than the water, but it looked like everybody was having a great time out there. Now, looking ahead to today, it's a bit of a mixed bag. While the marine life, those jellyfish tend to move on quickly, the ocean swell is expected to remain a bit choppy out there throughout the morning. So you'll likely see yellow flags, red flags. Just, stay aware of what these flags mean. They're kind of important if you're jumping in to the water. You got to kind of keep your eye on that stuff and, just kind of know what the flags are. If you don't know what the flags are, send me a note, let me know. I can always cover those tomorrow or the next day. And good point, Chris, for pinging in on the procession of the Christ and the Malcon. We did show some photos from the actual event a couple days ago. I think maybe Chris got out there to see it. I know you've had your parents in town. Spoiler alert, hope they're having or had a great time. And hopefully you guys got out there and saw it because it looks super interesting. I did not get out to see it this year, unfortunately. It's something that I usually have on my list to get out there and see, but it didn't happen this year for me, unfortunately. Okay, so I did mention that there was some breaking news about the trucker strike coming in. Let me show you this really quick. I love that tons of Anderson Report content is coming. I missed the Anderson Report last week, Chris. I think all of you missed it. Definitely chime in on the comments if you love the Anderson Report. He's doing a lot of great stuff with events. He took all those amazing Lucha Libre photos. And of course, he does his report on different restaurants he goes to. And again, he doesn't tell them he's there to review them. So it's all completely honest and transparent. He always shares great photos. So love that. Thanks for the reminder on that one. Now let's talk about the government's response to the strike. Okay, so this letter went up. Sorry, here it is. This letter went up this morning, actually. So what it's saying is the federal government is now pushing back against today's planned national strike, saying there is no reason whatsoever for protest or for road blockades. In a statement, the Interior Ministry said it had been in ongoing dialogue with the transport and agricultural groups since late 2025, pointing out that more than 3.4 billion pesos in direct support for the producers and recent meetings with transport and organizations and the National Guard on safety procedures. Now, they're saying despite that, organizers from the agriculture and transport sectors say the mobilization will move forward, citing insecurity in the highways, high operating costs, and lack of support. So disruptions are still expected, but at least we know that the government says it's monitoring it. They're willing to hopefully work this out and maintain a dialogue. So you can see this letter up here. It might be a little small if you're on your phone, but essentially it kind of re-encapsulates what I just said. This is in Spanish, but it's just reading the fact that there has been announcements of the strike. They have been in meetings since 2025. President Claudia Sheinbaum herself has led meetings to provide short and long-term resolutions. About 3.4 billion pesos have been allocated to compensate more than 40,900 producers directly. and so on and so on. I mean, what I would say is go find this note. It's been shared on Facebook quite a bit. Rather than me reading it all to you, you can definitely jump on your translator. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm going to keep you up to date daily on what's going on with this because it not only is going to affect the roads in and out of Puerto Vallarta, but all across Mexico. So I think it's an important story for us to continue following, and I'll let you know what comes of that. So for now, I'll put that note away. Let's have a coffee together. Are you ready? Maureen, I know it's noon out there, but if you're having coffee with me, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Love it. Cheers to everybody. Let's actually drink the coffee this time. There you go. Okay. So, as you know, if you've been tuning in, every day during this holiest time in Mexico, I've been giving you like kind of a lesson in what it's all about daily. So, as you know, we're continuing into week 2. So, Holy Week is continuing. This is a continuation of my series, really informing viewers of what happens in Mexico during Holy Week and all throughout Semana Santa. And this week, which you may or may not know, is called Semana de Pascua. Okay, if I'm saying that wrong, again, cringe away with me. I feel like I need a cringe cam. Oh, cheers to you too, Shannon. Thanks for cheersing with me. Thank you, Maureen, as well. So this is the Easter week. So this is April 6th until the 12th. This is where many families continue their vacations. Students remain out of school, and some are just continuing week 1 right into week 2. Some only take week 1, and some only take week 2. So what are we going to expect this week in Puerto Vallarta? So schools remain closed and families extend their vacations, keeping destinations like right here at peak activity even after Easter Sunday. While the religious ceremonies begin to taper off a little bit, this week is defined by heavy tourism, packed beaches, full hotels, we hope, and a final surge of national travelers before the country returns to normal. Now, how that whole story about the blockades is going to affect that's going to be a little tricky. Hopefully, everybody who's vacationing here is either already here, and hopefully, the folks that needed to get home got home yesterday. So for Vallarta, it's one of the really high weeks of economic activity, crowded corridors, a strong national and local security. Lifeguard presence should be on high. Keep an eye on those beach flags, as I told you. But it's really just kind of kicking off. It's a very busy week for us here in Vallarta, and really important to the businesses. So if you're a business owner out there, you're a shop owner, you're an Airbnb owner, chime in with me every now and then. Let me know, how's your business going? Hey, Melissa, good morning. Great to have you. Wonderful to have you on again. Repeat viewers, I love them. All right, let's also talk a little bit about my friends over at Live Music PV on Facebook. And they don't pay me, they don't do anything like that. But the reason why I like to talk about them is I think they're providing a really cool service that it's kind of hard to find. Like, what is the live music today in Puerto Vallarta? You can go on their site every day and look at that. And they like to give me a shout out, so I give them a shout out back. But I'm not going to talk about all the bands because you can go to the site on Facebook and you can get a lot of that. But a couple standouts. Las Mamas is going to be at Cafe Roma at 3. My friend Stoli is going to be at Amaria from 1 to 3. Big shout out to Stoli. Hope you're doing well. We've also got Monaco, one of our favorite bands, going to be York Pub. Have you been out to York Pub yet? I haven't been there. What's your feeling, York Pub? Liking it? Not liking it? Loving it? I'd love to hear about it. But Monaco's going to be at York Pub tonight at 7:30 p.m. And Roxy Band will be tonight at the Roxy Rock House as usual. So if I didn't name your band, I apologize. If you're a band member on one of these, well, hey, give me a shout out. Tell me you're a band member and you want to hear more about your band. That's great. I'm not going to give that list every day, of course, but today was a little bit of a light day on the culture activity scene after what was a very busy week last week with all the, the holy activities of Semana Santa. Again, all those times, all those bands subject to change. So be sure to check in with that pub, or thank you for the thumbs up, Daniel, on York Pub. Appreciate that. You obviously love them. I like your thumbs up on that. So if you go out there and, just kind of check in first, but if you get there and that band's not playing, just enjoy it. Have a great time. Have a few drinks. Feel good about yourself supporting local businesses, which are hurting a little bit more than usual right now this time of year, as we know. But we are moving into the low season. So Let's talk about that. This is about the end of the show, but think about this for tomorrow. What do you love about high season? What do you love about low season? Do you love that transition from high to low? I'll give you a hint. We do, and there's some specific reasons, but maybe we talk about that a little bit tomorrow. So, teaser for tomorrow. I'm gonna have Dan McNeil on. He's throwing that big 80s, 90s bash. He's part of that group out there of DJs throwing that party on Friday the 10th. I'm gonna have an interview with him. Hopefully, we know my track record on interviews hasn't been great. We're going to have an interview with Dan. I feel like it's going to work out. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to coffee cheers that right now to make sure it's going to work. Bam, let's do it. All right, so that's going to be tomorrow. So be sure you tune in for that. Hopefully live interview, but one way or another, I'm going to get Dan on to tell you more about that event, and I'll keep you up to date on that because I'm going to 100% be there. I've already got my tickets. I hope you've got yours. So we'll share more about that tomorrow. If you're an outdoor DJ concert kind of person, Friday night's going to be your jam. All right. Last reminder, follow me again on my Facebook profile. You never miss an episode. Follow me on YouTube. Shoot me an email. That's all for today. I try to get you out of 15 minutes. We are at 16, so not too shabby. All right, everybody. Have a great day. I will see you, of course, tomorrow for more Puerto Vallarta Real News. I loved having you on, and I loved everybody that said hi. Please hang in there a minute. Support my amazing sponsors like PV Aesthetics and Lizzie out there, South of the Burger and Raul and his hotel and Des My Destinations. Big shout outs for you guys. Without you guys, I could not continue to improve this show on right now been a weekly basis. All right. Bye, everybody. Take care. Love you. Have a great one to you, Maureen, as well, and everybody else on there. Have a good one.